everyone, and welcome back to another episode here on the Fashion Fables podcast. So today I'm currently recording this episode in a park because I think it's just so beautiful to be at peace with nature and to find serenity. I feel like nature is a way of healing, a natural healing process that I think is so important for each and every one of my listeners to get outside, either go for a walk or just sit outside and observe. I feel like if you're stressed, I feel like nature calms me down, just puts me at peace, centers myself, and makes me remember everything I'm grateful for. I think it's so important. And sorry in advance if you hear like shaking or something. It might be from the dogs that are at this park, like shaking off. I don't know, but this is like kind of dog park. But yeah, so I'm in a park like underneath a tree, and I actually just did like a little run because I've been feeling like runs have been helping me just like to get exercise and to feel my best. I like to go every morning. Like the first thing I wake up is I drink water and I go for a walk or a run. And the only thing with running is that it can feel like strenuous on your body because you're constantly like using your knees and like stuff. So you should like, if you're into running, just be careful. Feel free to take a rest day. Those are just important as the actual run because you want your joints to feel okay and you don't want to overdo anything in your muscles because that can lead to injury, which is definitely not something that anyone wants. So, yeah, today's episode, I think, is just going to be not about anything fashion, but more like the lifestyle topic because I feel like I haven't really touched on this, and I think it's important to talk about. So today, I'm just going to talk about, like, how important it is to... Ew, there's a bee, like, literally in my head. Disgusting. Just how important it is to find yourself, and... because in this life, we only have one life, and sometimes it can be really hard to just focus on yourself, focus on improving and bettering yourself with outside noise. Everyone has busy lives with work, school, extracurriculars, spending time with family and friends, etc. And sometimes that's a car. And sometimes it can be really hard to just like find yourself. And when I mean find yourself, I mean become the best version of yourself. Because everyone is their own person, obviously. And no two people look the same. I'm so sorry for that. 3 cars just passed. But no people look the same. But I think there's a difference between just like being yourself and actually like feeling confident in yourself, being confident in your own body, being confident in the values and morals you possess and share, and kind of being confident in what you post on social media, just becoming your own person, having like your own brand, whether you know it or not. I think it's super important because especially with the advancement of social media, I feel like it's so easy to just like blend in with everybody else. And sometimes like that's okay because people do share interests and similarities, but I think there's a difference between just like blending in and kind of being like everybody else and then standing out and kind of finding who you are and maybe not like being like everyone else. And that's kind of the goal. Like you don't want to be so similar to everyone where you look the same, you do the same things, you like the same things, you like the same foods. Like I don't know, like maybe that's just me, but I've never been the type to be like, oh my god, I need to do everything word for word by this person. Like I've never been like jealous, like wanting to be somebody else or wanting to have what they have because like they might have something but I might have something else, you know what I mean? So everyone's gonna want something else that someone else has, basically. So at the end of the day, everyone's lives are different. Everyone comes from different upbringings and stuff, so just being grateful for what you have because I'm sure someone else is looking at you, let's say, and being like, oh, I wish I had this bag they have, or not even materialistic wise, but just like, I don't know, just like, oh, I wish I had a big family, or things like that. So I think the first step in order to be successful at this topic that I'm touching on today is to find what makes you happy, and that can just be the littlest thing. Like for me, I like to go on a walk and get out each morning to feel my best, to kind of get that proper exercise in to make me feel good for the rest of the day. So it can be as simple as that, where you just get up, or let's say you just want to start by having a glass of water every morning, and that can be something that changes your whole routine and daily lifestyle. So it doesn't have to start big, but I think that it's really great to follow people on social media and I think the thing is to be inspired rather than duplicate somebody. So find inspiration. Like, oh my gosh, I love inspiration. I'm always seeking to find new things that inspire me. But for me personally, like, when I do find things that inspire me, I don't like copy and paste that exact thing and post it onto my platform, let's say, or copy that like mirror for mirror onto what I wear. Like in my head, like I see a picture I really like and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so cute. But then I look into my life and I'm like, okay, how can I modify this? How can I use what I have and make it my own, so that when you do post it, it's like, wow, like I've never seen something like this before. So kind of like gets inspired by multiple people, and then who knows, like someone that likes the post I create may find inspiration from that and make something their own. So I think it's just a cycle of like finding yourself, and this is not easy by any means, and it can take a long time to actually be confident in who you are. But I know that it definitely helped with age. Like once I got older and like became more mature, I really like realized that I should be confident in myself, and because I have something to offer that nobody else does, and that goes for everybody. Like, you have something special. You're the only you, and you want people to remember you, no matter what that's for, but of course in a good way. So I recommend you find your passion. I think that's another important thing. Find what makes you happy, like I said, but also find a passion that, you know, is unique to you and that not everyone shares. Whether that be like you like to draw, or you like art, or you like I don't know, creative designing. So like you like to design things for social media, or whatever that may be. Like, come up with your own style, like your personal color scheme that you follow, like whatever it is, and just follow that. Like, be consistent with, like, I think an important thing is to like be consistent with yourself. Like, just because everyone's always going to have something to say, right? Everyone's always going to have something to judge you about, and that's just life. Like, unfortunately, that's the reality. But let's say you post something, or you start like a social media page, and your color scheme is like black, white, and like light pink or something, right? And somebody like notices that you've created a platform, and they come up to you and they're like, I don't really like those colors. Like, I don't really think that looks too good. Like, maybe you should like switch a color out or something. When you're confident, and when you actually find who you are as a person, when you're content with yourself within, like, that comment will not even affect you. It will like blow right past you, and it will literally not take up any space in your body, and you'll just forget about it. That indicates that you're mature, you're confident in yourself, and that person who told you that is weak, first off, and is trying to bring you down and kind of just badger what you're doing, badger your growth, and try to get in your mind that what you like is not good enough, or what you're trying to create is like weird or something. Like, and that is not your fault at all. That is the person's fault, and we don't let the outside noise get to us, because in the end that just destroys everything that we're trying to become. So we're trying to build ourselves up, but people are always going to be there trying to tear us down, but that cannot affect us at all. And this has happened to me in life too. Like I'm not saying that this has never happened to me, and it's been hard. It's always hard to kind of like push that away, because it's like, oh my god, like you don't ever want to disappoint anybody, and like you're always like, oh well, like maybe I should, like, then you think in your head, maybe I should change this. But honestly, follow your goal, follow your passion. And with going back to that little example I gave, if someone were to say that to you, I would be like, thank you for your opinion, like whatever, like don't be rude about it, but at the same time don't let them know that it's bothering you. Just be like neutral about it and then move on and continue doing what you're doing. So I think that little story just kind of like was supposed to be an example of what it's like when you truly find yourself. And I really wish that for every person, because I feel like it's so hard sometimes, like when I see someone and like they're not their best. And so I try to encourage it, because at the end of the day, everyone wants to find themselves, and I truly want everyone to find themselves as well, because you can really see a difference when someone's like actually happy and confident and living their best life, and has their own fashion style, is wearing unique things, is posting inspiring things, not even posting, but just happy. When you approach them, they have a big smile, they're curious about you, they're when you tell them things, they're happy for you, they congratulate you, they don't sit in envy or jealousy that they don't have what you have, those are the types of people that I want to surround myself with, because I don't know, I've encountered a lot of people in my life, and not everyone has been pleasant, let's say, or people that I want to kind of be friends with or surround myself with for the rest of my life. But those few people that you do meet, that you're kind of like, I don't know, you find a vibe with people, and you kind of know from the start whether this person will be a good friend, or if this person truly wants the best for you, and wants to help you and won't leave your side, and you can tell the difference between those that are just there for a reason, and don't really truly care about your well-being or seeing you succeed. And that's really unfortunate, but that's life, and everyone finds their circle, and everyone finds who they're meant to be around. I think that always cherish your family, because your family will always be family, forever there for you. And whether you're close with them or not, I think that they would do more for you than you think they would. So never take for granted your family, your parents, your siblings, because they will never leave your side. And of course, everyone gets into arguments and stuff, but at the end of the day, they're there for you. So yeah, I think this episode is really just hopefully kind of put like a message in your head that you can find yourself, you can be the person you want to be. You do not have to kind of settle for anybody. You have your own dreams, you have your own passions. Everyone is different, and everyone has their purpose in life, and don't ever think that you're not good enough, because you are more than good enough, and you have so much to offer in life. So find something that you really love to do, and I challenge you today to maybe just do something. Start today, just start little and gradually build up. And if anyone ever has questions on I don't know, how to build their character or how to become the best version of themselves, I'm really passionate about it, because I know that it was a journey for me, and it's still a journey. Like, I'm not perfect, and there's struggles that everyone goes through, and not every day's easy, obviously, but I think it's kind of getting through those bad days, that's another thing, not letting the bad days bring you down so much and dwelling on them. I think holding grudges is just such a negative way to kind of get yourself into this rabbit hole of negativity, and I don't know, prevents you from growing and succeeding. And I'm really glad that I was able to get that off my chest to share with all of you, because I don't think it's talked about enough, and these are thoughts that I think about in my head when I feel down sometimes. So hopefully this helps one person at least to kind of get through what they're going through, and don't ever feel like you can't accomplish something based on the opinions of others, because you can, and dream the impossible, because make the impossible possible, because you can, and becoming your best self, you will then be unstoppable. Once you are really confident, and not cocky. There's a difference. We don't want to be cocky where we think we're better than anyone else. No, we just want to be secure within ourselves. We want to be able to uplift others. We want to be able to congratulate others without being jealous, and just things like that, just your overall well-being, happy you have a well-balanced lifestyle, you exercise, you eat right, you find hobbies, you socialize, you don't let things get you down. Obviously things are always going to make us sad, but we prosper through that, and we become our best selves through challenges. Life is not easy, life is not perfect, and I made a post about this, like the realities of life, because I just wanted to share that sometimes we get these false realities that life is so glamorous based on like what other people post, like their perfect lifestyle, like on a beach in like Hawaii, like in the Bahamas, like you know what I mean, with a drink in their hand. But that is part of it, of course, but life does come with struggles, and I think it's really important to normalize that is okay, that life is not perfect, and life is hard. If life was easy, then, life would be different for a lot of people, but that's why we're so strong, and we're so able to persevere through any obstacles and overcome anything, because we are very strong, and we don't let anything let us down. So that post was meant to kind of just like make people understand that this is okay, that life is hard, life does come with struggles, but everyone goes through it, and we're just becoming our best selves by working through it. So that wraps up this episode. Any questions, let me know. My DMs are always open. I love to chat. And yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. And we'll be back here next week on the Fashion Fables.